The Tao. It is transient. It is permanent. It is ever present, hovering above in the heavens. It is absent, buried beneath the silt and soil in the deepest of caves and riverbeds. The Tao is harmony, as it is disharmony. The Tao is existence and non-existence. The Tao is as it is not. And how it is not shows how it is. This is the culmination of what I learned reading the Tao Te Ching. Sure, while Lao Tzu probably doesn't actually exist, there's always the chance the immortal hermit is observing Xi's relationship with the populace of China, or at least the way the state moves on the world stage. The Tao Te Ching is a starting point for one of the three teachings that inform much of China's legacy of politic, religion, and philosophy. And so in an era where China reigns as runner-up and closing, as the dominant hegemon alongside the United States, I thought it would be important to explore the root of Taoist thought. The Tao is a nebulous concept. It is simultaneously divine origin, semi-conscious creator, and simple way of life. The framing and phrasing of the Tao is purposely meant to be hypocritical, contradictory. It is embodied in a simple phrase out of its second tenet. So it is that existence and non-existence give birth, the one idea of the other. Through the lack of something, you can determine what role it fills. Through the presence of something, you can imagine what its lack would be. From imagining that lack, you gain an understanding of its opposite. It makes sense that the yin-yang symbol originates from Taoism. It is the embodiment of the one, of the other, and of the embodiment of the one within the other, and vice versa. Yet all the same, that means nothing. You can never consciously understand the Tao. In the very first tenet we learn, always without desire we must be found. If its deep mystery we would sound. But if its desire always within us be, its outer fringe is all that we shall see. From this we can discern that the Tao is an unconscious understanding. A desperation to understand it will not bring us the understanding. We learn from this tenet that the Tao that can be explained is not the Tao, insofar as the Tao that can be explained does not hold the meaning one ascribes to it. The Tao is ethereal and uncapturable, but can be experienced in every living moment. This lesson extends through the entire book. When discussing how scholars engage with the Tao, only those highest in understanding were said to carry it into practice. The others were desperate to understand it, and those of lowest scholarship laughed at it. But when you think about a different tenet, you hear that there are few in the world who attain to the teaching without words, and the advantage arising from non-action. This tells us that the Tao is what one learns not just from experience, but from understanding without thought. From experiencing the world without judgment or preconception, but as it is. To achieve the Tao, you must view your highest achievements simply as things that are. Your most intricate lessons as simply teachings that will be. Your desires are selfish. Your assistance and guidance is simply what is. Me telling you this lesson is a point made moot, as it is not the Tao as soon as it escapes my lips. But it tells you that you must live your life to understand that the death of vanity is both the highest high and, simultaneously, what always should have been. This is because the Tao is the way, and what it is the way to is virtue. To be virtuous is to enact virtue, and to enact virtue is selfless. To act selflessly is to simply act without motivation. To enact the Tao, you do not seek to perform virtue because one should enact virtue or because one should be virtuous. You seek to perform virtue because that is what one does. This is my baseline understanding of how the Tao works and what it actually is. This is just what I've gotten from the Tao Te Ching after reading it over the course of 2 weeks and giving it a day or two to digest. If the book emphasizes one other thing besides how seeking to understand the Tao isn't as good as understanding the Tao, it's that attempting to explain the Tao to others isn't nearly as possible as simply engaging in virtue through virtue and putting others on through that. Go read it. It's really good. Has some profound thoughts on our interactions with nature, each other, and the systems we create to filter those interactions. It's definitely a philosophy I'm going to try to look further into. It caught my interest, and I think that I'm going to try to find more texts on it. After all, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and this was my single step. Now let's see how the other 1,000 miles go.